Hey, what is up everyone? My name is Nash.
My name is Liyana.
We met in 2014 when we were 19.
And got married in 2020.
We are fitness coaches, personal trainers, and gym owners.
And we're also athletes in the sport of weightlifting.
Welcome to 3 White Gals.
Welcome to our gym tour and Q&A video. As you all know, we are in a lockdown at the moment. So we are all working out at home, and we've been working out at home for the past 2 months.
2 months.
I think, yes. So that means that you are either already in the process of building a home gym or are thinking of building a home gym. And we both know that it's a daunting task to be tackling right off the bat, from thinking about what to get, from thinking about what to invest, whether it's worth it or not. So we're hoping that this video will help you guys out a little bit in deciding what you should fork out your own money for and what you should probably hold off on a bit. As you guys can see, we are sitting on our own platform that we built about early last year during the first lockdown. So about more than a year. So this is pretty much what we're working with today, a little bit at the back of the camera, but we'll be doing a quick run over of what we have separate to this Q&A for this video.
The reason why we built this home gym last year is because obviously we were hit with our first COVID lockdown, and we wanted to continue our training because probably that time last year we were prepping for an international meet in Singapore, but we just continued to train afterwards. So yeah, that's kind of like the reason why we built the gym. And also we have very flexible training times, so building this home gym meant that we can train anytime we want to or anytime that our schedule allows us to.
So just a quick brief run through of what we do training wise. If you guys have watched our very first vlog, you would see that we train 5 times a week, and 5 times of these training sessions is mostly weightlifting training sessions with size of accessories. This entire setup is very ideal for us. We've got everything we need here, and these are stuff that we need for most of our training session. So what we bought and what we invested in last year for the first time, we got just the essentials. So you're talking about barbell, you're talking about plates, and we didn't even have a squat rack back then. No, we didn't. So when we had to squat,
mostly we did like a front squat so we can just clean the bar up.
Yeah.
But we finally bought a jerk block from Prosthetics.
Yes.
That was our only sub for the squat rack because at the time it was really hard to get the squat stand or squat rack simply because everybody was buying. So we couldn't find anything in Brunei that's immediate. So we decided to just opt for the jerk block.
Yes, so that was our option, but that was last year, that was in 2020.
Okay, just first off, we bought our set of plates from Cluster, and it was basically a pair of 25, a pair of 20s, a pair of 15, a pair of 10, 10, a pair of 5s, and then some fractional plates, and then a barbell. Lynn got her barbell from Cluster. I got my barbell here from 673 Fitness. And after that, we proceeded to move on to the weightlifting platform. So the very platform we're sitting on. I literally made this platform using Greg Everett's guide on how to make a weightlifting platform. So if you want to build your own weightlifting platform, read that guide. I feel like it's very complete. Everything you need to know from what kind of plywood to use, and then that's about it. That's all you need to build a platform. We were kind of like save the flooring from, we were quite scared that we're gonna damage the flooring. So what we do is, before the actual platform, there's a mat.
They call it martial arts.
Oh yeah, they call it the martial arts mat.
We got it from Triple Star.
We got it from Triple Star Tilop. So what we did was we covered the floor with those mats first, and then on top of it are the platform.
Okay, so we've got a few questions from our Instagram when we asked, what would you like to know? What would you like our opinion on? A lot of these questions are based on what I should get, whether this is worth it, what would you suggest for me to get or invest in. So before we answer these questions, I feel like it's a little bit hard to generalize everything of what we think everyone and absolutely everyone should get. So before we address these questions, I think we'd like to set a context of the kinds of training that most of us do, or what you do as an individual. So like we mentioned just now, we are primarily training weightlifting. So the things that we buy, the things that we prioritize is something that serves that training. So you want to think about what you train 5 or 3 times a week, what you would primarily gravitate towards. So we know a lot of our friends are either CrossFitters, powerlifters, weightlifters, people who do strength training, people who do mostly cardio, or people who attend Zoom sessions with gyms or work one-on-one with a coach. So there's a very wide array and like a wide variety of people exercising. So we can't exactly say for sure that this is something that you should get. But keeping that in mind, this will help you decide what you should get. So for every question that we address or we answer, we'll always go back to that. What kind of training you primarily do, and then you will sort of decide for yourself from there. So one of the questions we got was, what are your top 10 equipments that you should get for your home gym or something that is entry level? When we spoke about it, we felt like 10 things could be a little bit too expensive or a little bit too much. So what we did was we compressed it down to 5 top things that we think you should definitely get if you are thinking of primarily training through home or working out through home. So the list goes on from the cheapest and the least amount of investment to one of the expensive ones that you can get.
Alright, so the first in our list, it's actually 3 stuffs, but all are in the same category because they're like easiest to get. Number 1 will be the rubber bands. Resistant bands. So you can easily get this from Triple Star and Philip. Even this, we didn't get this from Triple Star, but we get it from Slingshot.
Yeah.
But they also have the same hip circle. Yeah. And skipping rope. So obviously it's a must-have. Skipping rope, probably the easiest equipment that you can use to start, your home gym, cardio and stuff. And a yoga mat. Pretty sure yoga mat is available anywhere you look.
Wahoo, Triple Star,
Dynamics. Pretty much anywhere that sells sports equipment. Or online. And then number 2 in our list is a pair of dumbbell or a pair of kettlebells or a sandbag. So these 3 is in one category simply because they range about the same prices. The third one in our list is the rubber mats. If you're buying kettlebells, if you're buying dumbbells, we feel like it complements each other when you have a rubber mat, so that you don't damage your floor when you use your kettlebells or your dumbbells.
Or you can also skip on the rubber mats.
Yeah.
Because sometimes skipping on tiles or skipping on cement might damage your rope. So if you want to preserve the longevity of your rope, skipping on rubber mats is a good idea.
We bought our rubber mats from Rap Athlete. Check out their website. There should be some stuffs there. Number 4 in our list is our favorite. It's the barbell and plates. Usually when you buy plates, it comes with a barbell. So usually there's a lit in a bundle, or you can just choose your weights, or buy the plates separately and just buy barbells and stuff like that. So you can always do it like that. But we feel like it's more time saving if you buy all of those from one place. For example, we bought ours from Cluster. So they have an option of certain weights that you probably would need, and then it will come with the barbell. And then the last but not least, in the list of the equipments that you must have at your home gym. So if you bought a barbell and plates, obviously you will need a squat rack. The reason why you should get a squat rack when you have a barbell, obviously, if you don't have a barbell, I don't think you would need a squat rack, right? So with a squat rack, you can use it to squat, primarily to squat and to bench, and maybe other stuffs that you can think of that's safe to do.
And it's safe to have a squat rack as well. So a lot of times, so when I coach people online to do things like back squats, I'm more comfortable knowing if they've got a squat rack instead of having them rack that barbell behind their back and then rack it off over their heads, not knowing if it is safe to press it up, because a lot of you know that you are most likely squatting more than you can press over your head, especially if you're going for heavier presentations. So it's a lot safer to rack it off a rack, especially if you're working out alone.
Yeah, we got our squat rack from Inversion_BN on Instagram. I like the squat rack simply because they have a spotter arms. I think those are actually for benching, but it's also good for spotting you, especially on those heavy attempts.
Alright, that's pretty much what we have as our list of entry-level equipment and what we think you would need. Again, filter this as you wish, depending on what you think you use on a daily basis. We've got a fun little list of nice-to-have things. So these things are good to have and really nice to have if you feel like you can afford the investment, but you are most definitely okay going without. So things like jerk blocks. We got our jerk block because, as Nash said, we didn't have a squat rack, so that was our only bet at that moment. But a jerk block is, if you see our videos, that the thing that's inside our bathroom primarily. The jerk block is used primarily so that you don't have to re-rack every single shoulder to overhead that you do, almost like it kill you. But when we didn't have a jerk block, or when we would work at a gym that doesn't have a jerk block, we can do without it. You can either learn how to grow some courage to rack it back on your front rack, or if you're really scared, just drop it. It just takes a little bit more time and effort, obviously, but you can do without it. Things like a rowing machine or cardio machines like a bike or ski are really nice to have because you have options and a lot of variety. So what should I do for a warm-up today? What should I use as my cardio machine today? But if you don't have it, use a skipping rope. Run outside your home is completely fine, but obviously really nice to have.
Also, might want to think about how it affects the space of your home gym. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people have limited space for their home gym, so that's why all those machines, jerk blocks, it will definitely take up space. So unless you use it every day, then it's probably something you would want to think about investing in. Otherwise, it's something that you're okay without, right? So if you don't have any machine, you can always run outside, or you can always use your skipping rope to do your cardio.
The next question that we got is something that's probably also in a lot of people's minds. Should I rent? Should I buy? Should I not bother with it? So we've sectioned this question up to two sections. So number one meant to serve you for more than just a few months. They're meant to be there with you for years and years to come, and not just sitting at the corner collecting dust by the time we are hopefully out of lockdown already. Think about, will I have that equipment at home, and then do I have to pay gym membership again on top of that? So these are things to consider. Another thing that I feel home gym owners should also consider is the moment you invest in an equipment that could cost you thousands of dollars, you want to think about the place that you're going to store these equipments, or the space that you'll be working out in. Because a lot of times things like machines, things like metals, they rust, and in the weather and the climate that we live in, it's not necessarily the best option to store them outside and leave them for longer periods of time. So you want to think about, the moment I invest in this thing, will I be able to create a good space for it to preserve its longevity and for me to reap the benefits out of investing thousands of dollars into.
And you only rent if you are primarily going back to the gym after the lockdown. So if you are only gonna work out during this lockdown at home, and then after lockdown you're gonna have more convenient to travel to go to the gym and work out with friends and not really working out at home, we would recommend you to rent. Plus it supports local business.
And on the subject of renting, hit us up at 670 Jordan if you guys would like to rent us out. We have a few stuff left for rental, so yeah, hit us up on our Instagram and just let us know, and we'll help you guys out. And for the last question, and I think this is a very good question, something that a lot of us are wondering, especially in a time when we are scrambling, I guess, for gym equipment. And this question is where to get affordable barbell and plates, and on top of that, affordable dumbbells, affordable gym equipment, just in general. And we've got a few friends that could help you out.
Right, so the first place you can get affordable stuffs from, I think he hasn't started yet, but from Ming Lau, the Tauke, and a good friend of ours. He's gonna come up with a list soon. So if you're thinking about buying barbells and affordable plates and barbells,
We'll
go
link
hit him up.
his Instagram down in the description below. And of course, the place where we love to get our shirts and apparel and stuff to browse is Rep Athlete. They sell a lot of gym equipment there, ranging from barbells to plates to racks to rubber towels to shirts to pretty much everything.
And machines. I think I almost forgot to mention this. Their rubber mats are actually quite thick.
Very
Thick. It's about 30 millimeters or 3 cm. It's good for those who like to drop barbells. I know we love to drop barbells, so this has saved us a lot. So yeah, hit them up. You can look at their website. And then the third place you would want to get affordable stuff from is Inversion. Inversion_BN or Hadi. He sells all gymnastic stuffs as well as the essential home gym stuff. So we've got our squat racks from him. You can also get some rings, a pair of rings, some sandbags, lots of stuffs really.
Yeah, or just drop him a message on Instagram.
All you gotta do is just tell him what you need, and then he will probably give you out a list of what he has, and then maybe you can choose from there. So yeah, Hadi from Inversion_BN.
Another one is if you're looking to go a little bit out of local or kind of international, I suppose, Mustard, a brand that we've been mentioning for a while now, because I got my barbell from there. How we stumbled upon them is because they do sponsor some competitions that we've been to, and we do know that the quality is quite good for the price. For the price that I paid for a set of barbell and plates, it's nothing close to what you would pay for the bigger brands and bigger international brands. So I think that as an starting point for a home gym. It's a really good bet. We bought it off a distributor, so you guys can check out their Instagram. Again, we'll link them below. And if you're unsure and if you don't find anything that you're looking for on their Instagram, please remember you can just message them. They're sure to help you out.
And then last but not least, they're also quite new. Strength Sanctuary Liyana. But I think they mainly sell powerlifting equipment. You can always try your luck and then see what they have to offer. So those are the 5 places that we think you can get affordable gym equipment from.
And mostly local too.
They are mostly local too. Well, except for Cluster.
Except for Cluster, yes. And most of these, because you're buying local, you don't have to wait for shipping, you don't have to pay an extravagant amount for shipping. So they're faster, efficient, and more supporting local. Alright, that is it for our video for this home gym tour / Q&A, and thank you for those who submitted their questions. For those of you who have any questions at all, you can just DM us on our Instagram at 3wetbells. And if you have any video suggestions that we could do, please keep them rolling. We're always looking for new ideas on what to film aside from our weekly vlog, which we are trying to make better now. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Otherwise,